Erling Haaland at the double as Norway secure their place in the round of 32 after a thrilling 3-2 win over Senegal. The Norwegians had a shaky start to the game. They took their time to get into the game, but ultimately their quality in the final third and the sheer presence of Erling Haaland propelled Norway to an invaluable win against an error-prone Senegal side. For Solbakkens men, they were efficient, clinical when it mattered the most. However, Ryerson's injury is a source of concern. I also think that Solos has no business of starting. He's looked out of sorts and rather uncomfortable starting at right wing, especially when you have someone like Oscar Bob in your ranks. I don't see much point of Solos playing a role down the right hand flank. So I do hope to see Solbakken make that change against France or hopefully in the knockouts to follow. But for Senegal and for Piteau's men, there is lots of troubles as Senegal will now have to win their final group game against Iraq, and that too by a sizable goal difference if they wish to qualify as one of the top 8 third place finish teams. His selection of personnel has definitely been really startling, and I think he's let Senegal down with his management because when you look at this Senegal side, who are of course still the reigning AFCON champions and an incredible squad, their talent pool is absolutely ridiculous, yet they're heavily underperforming, and that's largely down to Papetiao and his selections. Firstly, Father Time's undefeated, and I'm afraid Kalidou Koulibaly should retire or at the very least, not be selected by Tiao. I know he's a senior figure, he's a leader, and he's been a huge part of the Senegalese outfit. However, his time is up, and when he's playing at the cost of someone like Mamadou Sarr, who had an exceptional AFCON just 6 months ago, it makes absolutely no sense. When it comes to midfield, someone like Lamine Camara is playing way too further forward. That is not where he excels. That's not his forte. And as a result, you're not really seeing the best of him either. When it comes to their forward options, it's even worse because, again, like I said with Koulibaly, Sadio Mane is at the nag end of his career. I don't see the point of him starting games, with all due respect. Not when you have better options on the bench in the form of Ibrahim Mbaye or most definitely Ilman Ndiaye, who is their best left winger, yet he's only played a single minute this tournament. That is absolutely inexplicable and unacceptable when your better, more talented forwards are barely seeing the pitch just to accommodate the older veterans, the older guards, and I think that's come at the cost and detriment of Senegal this tournament. There's many talented Senegal players that haven't even got a look in, like Papa Matasar, Asana Diao, Habib Diarra. They've barely seen the pitch, and that's just because of poor management ultimately. You can't hide away from it, you can't get away from it. Lots of work still to be done for the Lions of Teranga. Senegal fans, let me know in the comments below what you made of Papetiao and his management so far in this World Cup. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment and follow for more football and World Cup related content coming your way.